Two people, the same crime, the same courtroom, but two completely different outcomes. One walked away free, while the other's life was destroyed. This trial exposed something shocking about the justice system, and it's proof that justice isn't always blind. It all started in a small American town. A violent altercation broke out outside a nightclub. Two young men were accused of the same assault, both caught near the scene, both with evidence against them. On paper, the cases looked nearly identical. But here's where the story takes a disturbing turn. One of the men came from a wealthy family. His parents hired one of the most expensive defense attorneys in the state. The other was from a working-class background, unable to afford a lawyer, forced to rely on an overworked public defender. When the wealthy defendant walked into court, he had a legal team, expert witnesses, and private investigators. The other young man had just one lawyer juggling over 100 cases at the same time. The wealthy defendant's lawyer poked holes in the evidence, questioned credibility of witnesses, and convinced the jury there was reasonable doubt. He was acquitted and walked out of the courtroom a free man. The working-class defendant? His lawyer didn't even have the resources to call all the witnesses. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours before finding him guilty. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison for the same crime his wealthy counterpart walked away from. News of the trial sparked outrage. How could two men, accused of the same crime, face such drastically different outcomes? Activists called it a textbook example of how money can buy freedom in America's justice system. Some labeled it two-tier justice, one for the rich, one for the poor. And this isn't an isolated case. Studies show that defendants with private attorneys are far more likely to avoid prison than those with public defenders. In fact, wrongful conviction data reveals that poverty is one of the biggest factors in who ends up behind bars. This trial proved what many already suspected. Justice isn't equal. For some, the system offers protection. For others, it becomes a trap. What do you think? Should wealth determine who gets freedom and who loses years of their life?